This is absolutely Essendon Christmas edition. There's a lot of Yuletide cheer to spread, and we're here to deliver it. Are you excited?
Happy Hanukkah, happy whatever.
Yeah, you're supposed to say however you celebrate this time of the year.
Because we're not singling out one major monotheistic faith.
No.
We're happy to embrace all of them.
There's
one we're not particularly keen on at the moment.
Yeah, there's some people that celebrate ants.
Yes, of course, happy antology. And I tell you what, if I look half as fucking stupid as you do with this hat on, this won't be lasting past the introduction.
Mate, don't be so vain.
No, I'm sorry. I've got
the tag
talent
on.
Scouts will be somewhat disturbed when they see me dressed in this garb.
Are you gonna lose that fancy office job?
Did you leave the tag?
Yeah, I left the tag.
What,
no.
Take the back.
I want to get my money back.
You won't get much back.
I've blown one month's revenue, mate,
of our sweet coin on these bloody hats.
Exactly.
Oh,
thank you for tuning in. It's a bumper Christmas edition. Believe it or not, there's a bit to cover. So I can see you sitting there a tad cynical.
Cynicalistic.
Don't be, because
this is coming off.
We've got a bit to go. Really?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's causing me a migraine.
Killjoy.
No, it's going to leave it there so other people can enjoy.
I am sweating up very quickly. It's made of fine,
under these studio lights,
fine Chinese polyester. The finest polyester one can ever make. We have a lot to cover.
Polyester that is rolled delicately between the thighs of
Chinese
a
Mongolian lady of
them.
Yes,
when they're not making cigars.
That's right. So
okay, what have we got?
We have crystal ball predictions for the next year.
We're doing that?
Yeah, but we're going to build up to that.
Oh, so we're doing it later in the show. You can't run away.
No, there's no chance.
The good stuff is at the end.
That's
yes.
Right. Hey, are we shrewd?
So you're saying crystal ball predictions for 2024.
That's right.
So we're going to put it all out there.
Yes.
Put it on the line.
After extensive research and consideration, and I think we'd love everyone to put their contribution in as well.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Yes.
I was going to say this will be an open invitation for all of our viewers to follow suit and make their own predictions, and whoever gets closest to the pin when this all wraps up in this time next year, you'll have to wait 12 months, could be in the running for one of these.
So have the stakes just skyrocketed,
and
or what?
To make it more valuable, we will erase our signatures from it. Okay. But we have some news to get through first, because it's that time of year where football news is just flooding the column centimetres down at esteemed mastheads around town.
Is it really? No. Aren't we in peak delusion period?
Well,
PDP.
It's a good way to start the show, because I think we've talked about this quite a bit in the off-season, about when does the average Essendon supporter reach that moment of utter delusion about the prospects of our team going into the new season.
Yep.
And I think it's fair to say we're right there. We're pretty much entering the atmosphere of planet Earth after our journey around the dark side of the moon.
Right.
And if you've been watching the series so far, you would know what we're talking about.
That's right. So pay attention. You've got to watch these.
Thankfully, someone does.
You've got to watch these in sequence.
They have to be watched in sequence.
Yeah, because you were getting excited because a few of the boys were spotted having a drink together, looking buff.
Well,
you were getting worked up about that.
I was. I mean, I happened to notice that Draper, Parrish and Nicky Martin were embracing the new recruits in Jade Gresham and Nate Caddy. I think it must have been at the Espy or somewhere where AFL footballers go. Used to be the Tunnel. I think it's the Espy now. And the boys looked incredible with their vodka and limes, and I thought they looked really ready to go for next year.
The vodka soda were
vodka and soda,
also known as a skinny bitch, that beverage.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
There's no fat in it there, no sugar.
Fair enough. So
good on them.
So we are at that point of time where we are. The imagery coming out of the football club is a more effective form of propaganda than I think Joseph Goebbels could have summoned up in his
I knew you'd go a World War II reference.
Well, I could have gone more recent, but I don't think I offend anyone because that was 80-odd years ago. But go more recent, it's going to offend someone.
Yes,
I probably offended a lot of people with the Goebbels reference. But
you love an aged reference, don't you?
He was the Minister of Propaganda for the Nazi Party, of course, if no one is familiar with the name.
I think you should fill people in.
But the Essendon Football Club is matching him stride for stride with the images of buffed up, oiled biceps and pecs and glutes even. And the guys out on the track.
Camaraderie.
Everyone's mates. So, that's right. News. Now, we had a board vote at the AGM, which has just come through, and the results are in.
How did the anti-pokies guy go?
He's out. He was run out of town.
Was he?
Yeah, he was run out of town.
You take your anti-pokey propaganda somewhere else.
Croupier wielding, chip dealing,
blackjack flipping,
and he was told, "Don't come back, sir. We are a pokies establishment and proud of it.
How
damn
dare
proud
you,
of it.
Shame you.
Out of town you must run." So he's gone. But there's a gentleman called Kevin Sheedy, was re-elected to the board.
He's back in, another stint.
Is not going anywhere. He is the Rock of Gibraltar down there.
Right.
And Tim Roberts, who is Executive Director at WT, construction consulting firm. So he knows how to build things. Let's hope he knows how to build a football club.
Right.
Because for goodness sake, that board does not much. I think they just sit around on match day drinking Chardonnays down at the President's Club.
Interestingly, to talk NRL, and I know very little about NRL, but I know that there is a team there who hasn't had success for a while, the West Tigers. Don't know how long it is. Don't know if it's longer than 20 years, but they just cleaned out the whole board. Every single one of them just told...
On your bike.
Yeah. They said, no, not just 2 or 3, not a little bit of a remix. Everybody.
No, we're re-electing ours because they've been incredibly effective in delivering silverware. So, but no, look.
No, I was just saying that. I'm just, it's interesting how other clubs, they go nuclear.
They're ambitious. They want results. Look, I'm not saying we have a bunch of nuffies on our board, and I'm very happy Sheedy, as we've talked about in the past, is still around.
Yeah, I agree.
It's great to have him involved with the club, but come on, guys. Let's move this club to a higher level, and I'm sure they're working on that.
Yes.
Now,
so on the other note, can we just bring up? Well, there was a little bit of news based on an article by Mike Sheen in the Herald Sun talking about the Brownlow Medal and Jobe Watson, who had to give his back.
He did.
He says he did it willingly.
I think he volunteered.
Let's face it. But there was a lot of pressure. Let's face it. And if you recall, then there were the 2 runners-up shared the each got a medal. So there was a bit of talk whether he should get that back, and there seemed to be a little bit of groundswell, probably from Essendon supporters.
I think across the board, actually. I think there was a lot of non-Essendon supporters who surprisingly were in support of Jobe getting his medal back. But I tell you, as fast as that hit the news cycle, that story, it disappeared. And you wonder whether the AFL shut that down.
Yeah.
Because, it puts them in an incredibly awkward position. Yeah. How do you deal with giving Watson back his Brownlow, which he's fully entitled to? He did nothing.
Yeah.
And at the same time asking Cochin and Mitchell to give back what is not theirs. It's a little bit like, I won't go into a movie reference from 1970, but...
No, but they probably go, you can have it back if you want.
Yeah.
If you really...
Those guys remind me of that mate that you go out for dinner with is always reaching for his wallet when the bill comes around.
Yeah.
So when it's time to hand the medal back, it's somewhere. Just give me a moment.
He's in the toilet.
Can I post it to you?
Yeah.
So it won't happen. I think we'll just have to be resigned to the fact that Jobe is a Brownlow medalist, will always be a Brownlow medalist in my mind and most people's. But
it did bring mainly opposition supporters out very quickly, just going, a cheat's a cheat. He didn't know what he was taking. Without dragging up the whole drug saga again, it did stir that up. And one day when we get around to doing our episode on giving our thoughts on the saga, maybe we can cover it.
Well, there's only one thing I want to say is that I am disappointed with the club for not saying something, not putting a statement out, not supporting Jobe. I don't know why this club has bent the knee so much to the AFL. We line the pockets of all the other tin-rattling clubs in the competition. We're a big club and we are treated like a chihuahua. And, the club should have come out and said something in support of this movement to say it would be wonderful to see Jobe have his medal reinstated, something, and they said nothing. And that's the problem with Essendon at the moment. They've got no balls. So I hope to see that change in the course of 2024. But, time for this football club to stand up for its own.
The sins of omission.
Yep.
Or omission.
Yeah, so that now we also had, moving right along.
What do you got?
I think we had this is a little bit old, this news, so if anyone's watching it now, they're probably very aware of the new football numbers, the jumper numbers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Because we talked about that a little. Because, of course, there's
it's on our running list.
There's no. I mean, in previous episodes.
Oh,
we were talking about the famous 32.
Yes.
We would get it.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
You did. Yeah. We did. Well, who did that go to?
Well, it went to Ben Mackay, funnily enough, and not that he doesn't deserve a quality number 2 in the Essendon history. Of course, Tim Watson wore 32, and Barry Davis, the great Travis Collier, and I'm just wondering whether Mackay kind of meets that standard, that level, that bar.
Remember we talked about the burden of a number.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean. We're doing old material. It's that time of the year. But we mentioned that you're already being paid a truckload of money. Everyone kind of knows.
Of course, the pressure of it.
Let's go give you a champion, a legend's number.
Yeah,
that guy.
He got it.
Yeah.
And Dersma, who I thought might have got the 32, actually ended up getting 28, which is a bit of a no man's number, if you ask me.
Really?
Yeah. Who's worn 28 of note? Just one person. Good. You've answered my question.
There's got to be.
Goldie got 17.
You like that?
Another bit of a number. I mean, who's worn 17? Kieran Spawn.
Yeah.
James Stewart.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, they're hardly Hall of Famers.
Well, you think a Ruckman number needs to be...
Well, it's 27, isn't it? But,
Well, that's taken at the moment, all right? So,
and your caddy got 30, which is, I think that's a decent number. I mean, that was most recently Thatcher, Traitor.
Yes, Paddy Ryder before that,
Paddy Ryder, he had it, the great Kevin Walsh in the 80s, Spitfire, Walshy.
Spitfire.
Who had his moment in the 84 grand final.
Yes, all right, well, go Nate Caddy.
And, and I think, so that's an interest, and of course the one that really hurts is Gresham taking Herr Schnelling's number.
No, does it hurt you or does it hurt Herr Schnelling?
Herr Schnelling, I hope he's happy. He's all right. I hope he's okay.
They haven't even rested the jumper.
No.
Didn't even give it a moment hanging on sitting on the shelf.
It's sweaty with the great Schnelling's last perspiration stains gathered around the collar. I think...
Herr Gresham doesn't have the same.
Do we drop the sound to make Herr Gresham?
Well, it's a Gresham.
Well, he's got the shit in it. He does. Well, maybe he deserves it. Because it used to be Zaharakis wore that number.
It was, exactly.
Yeah, we know about him. Okay, so there's some interesting news.
Yes.
And, of course, if you haven't heard that and you've been away or
on the moon,
wherever, that's the latest in terms of the football number. So we'll see a lot of those guys running out in the first next year, I'm sure. So
yes. Now, we've been running some polls, both here on YouTube. We've started running them here as well, and on Twitter or X. Hey.
Yeah.
Yep. But we did one recently, didn't we? In terms of what people wanted for Christmas.
Yeah.
What did they want? Polls?
Well, for a start, if you could do that for us, they said. The poll was basically, there was only 4 options there, but which of these 4 options would you most like Santa to pop into your Christmas stocking?
Right.
And the winner was, at 43% of a lot of votes, Jake Stringer to shine in 2024.
That's interesting.
I mean, of course, we'd all love that, wouldn't we? So that was the overwhelming
But that beat
winner.
Davy Twins to break out.
No one
50
cares.
goals from 2 metre Peter.
No. Well, they're probably thinking the great Emperor Langford will step up and do that. But Peter Wright to kick 50 goals only got 18% of the vote. Are we so spoilt for forward options?
Yeah.
Anyway, what else was it?
And that Beefcake Jones.
14% for Harrison Jones to put on a little muscle.
Right. Well, hasn't he already?
I think that's where they're just going, some things are not possible, guys. So
is that right?
That was my vote.
But you know why? They never hurt Dustin Fletcher. He had the Inspector Gadget arms for all 400 and whatever games that he played, and it didn't stop him one little bit. Had a great kick, though. Jeez, he did. Barrel.
Yeah, I don't know where he got the... that's all leverage, isn't it? It's actually not muscle. It's just, the angle of the dangle. But that's right. But, yeah, so it was an interesting poll, fascinating poll, and got an enormous response from our audience, which pretty much brings us to the end of the news segment. Right. And I hope that brings all of you up to date. I know you've probably had your attention elsewhere. End of the year, Christmas parties, cricket, of course, but football never sleeps.
No.
So that brings us to the really exciting part of this show, which is our top 10 predictions for 2024.
Riveted to my seat.
You are, and I can tell.
Yes.
And so what the format of this is, we're going to go through this list very quickly, and I'm going to invite you to give a response.
Right.
And I shall also respond, and then, of course, we're going to ask all you guys out there to join in the fun. Yes. In the hijinks.
Yes, please do. Please give your selections.
Play along if you've got a bingo sheet. And let's see how we go, shall we? So
yes. All right, here we go. You want to kick off?
You can kick off. Prediction number one.
Okay. Bombers' ladder position at the end of the home and away season.
Okay. After you. Think about
7th.
All right. Are we allowed to say the same?
It's Christmas. It's a time of hope.
Are we allowed to say the same?
Yes.
I'm going to go 7th as well.
Oh, really? I thought you were going to then say something else, but you were just asking the question.
That was the double reverse.
Yeah, you're funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one.
Do we win or lose the final?
So we both said we're going to make finals.
Well, you didn't even know I was going to say that. But anyway, go on. All right.
I'm going to say, yes, we are going to win our first final since 2004 in 2024 and break the curse.
Yes, unexpectedly, we will win the final. Yes.
So we're both in agreement. Well, we could continue that to say, well, we win a second final, but we shan't. We don't want to jinx it. So it's a good season. We've made the finals. We've won our first final.
Yes.
So that means we must have had some stellar performance through the year.
We must
Who takes home the Crichton? The best and fairest medal.
Crichton medalist.
For 2024.
Nate Caddy.
Jeez, now come on. Are you serious? First year player?
Go.
You're going to cop a lot for that.
I know.
All right, he's gone Nate Caddy, folks. I think that's as brave a bet as anybody.
Yes.
I don't think that's going to be the case, actually. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
No, it probably won't be. But, this it's Christmas. Okay?
Yep.
What are you going to go, Zach Merritt?
No, I'm going to go Mason Redman to bring home the Crichton.
Damn him, that's the smarter choice. I was being a bit too silly. I was trying to be controversial.
No, it's good to have a bit of fun.
They've ended up being stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, the best rookies.
Okay, after you. So this is anyone who's, say, less than 3 seasons. Let's put it that. Not first-year players, but you've said Caddy, so you might as well stick with him.
No, I'm not.
What? He's going to win the Crichton.
Yes, but he won't win this.
Jesus.
Okay. All right.
That worked. Well, did he disqualify himself by winning the big one?
All right, I'll stick with.
You can't do that.
I don't want to be, because you know what I'm doing. I'm doing peak delusion.
All right, it says rookies with an S, so
it.
you can pick more than one.
Yes. All right, and young Archie.
Perkins or Roberts?
Roberts.
Okay, that is a very big call. Yes. And I'll tell you what, have you been on anything? You've been smoking something?
I'm so hungry.
Are you?
So hungry.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's hunger.
I think
it's insanity.
I'm a bit...
So best rookies, that's a tough one. I mean, again, as I said, it's going to be any player who's played no more than 3 seasons. So with that in mind...
Who have you got?
I think...
Take your time.
Yeah,
that's all right.
I'm right onto this. Best rookie. I think I'm going to put down Ben Hobbs.
Oh, there's
who's
the
coming into his 3rd season.
There's all right. I figure he's maybe he'll be captain soon.
Yep, and Elijah Sartis.
Yeah, all right.
Is the second of my choices for best rookie. So you went Caddy and
no, all right. Don't repeat them. They're silly. Don't rub them in. All right. Okay. Archie Roberts.
Archie Roberts. That was ridiculous.
All right.
Okay. Next one.
Who will be the breakout players?
Well, that's kind of what we've just done, isn't it?
Yes. Okay, so maybe we can...
no, well, I'm going to add... I think that's a different category. I'm going to say Jaden Davey.
Right.
Jaden F. Davey.
You think?
No, I don't think I know.
Right.
He is going to be... He won't play probably until about round 5, but I'll tell you when he gets out there, watch out. Watch out.
I think it'll be the other Jaden.
Jaden Hunter.
Yes.
Very interesting. Actually, you've made a decent call in that one, I think. He could well be.
As opposed to the other.
Yeah, I mean, pretty low bar.
Yes.
Clear, I guess.
It has been, sorry.
So Jaden
yes.
Hunter for you.
Yes.
I'm going Jaden Davey for our breakout player.
Yep.
Okay,
good luck
this
with
is
yours.
going so well.
Leading goal kicker. Okay. All right. What do you think? 2 metre Peter. Is he going to come back, grab that ball, make it his? Or is King Langford? Or is there someone waiting in the wings?
Well, you've said so far, Jaden Hunter is a breakout player.
Mm-hmm.
Nate Caddy's won the Crichton.
Yes.
Both of them are forwards.
Yes.
Okay. But I'm guessing you're going Jai Menzies, right?
Exactly. I was going to. No.
Who you pick?
No. You.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I'm going to go Peter Wright. Peter Wright for sure. After a difficult year in 23, where he had a serious shoulder injury.
Yeah.
He still played pretty well. I know a lot of people were concerned about his marking at the end of the season, in last season. But, Wright still kicked over 20 goals in his 9 or 10 games. So he was clearly struggling to find form, but it just shows when he hits form, he's going to be a weapon for us, as he was in 2022.
Right.
So I'm going Peter Wright. He will be our leading goal kicker.
I'm going to go Langford. My only concern is if we, with all these other forwards that we've got happening, and if they do rise up, as I've been predicting, then is he going to be placed back in the back line? But I'm assuming not.
Surely
I'm assuming not.
God, I tell you, they'll burn the house down if they do that.
I think easily Langford.
They might put Jake Kelly in the forward line. Who knows? Langford is a good call. I wonder whether he can back it up. That's he has looked imperious at the training track.
Right.
As we've talked about, he is almost a statesman of the club now.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to seeing him backing it up. If both those boys can kick 50 goals, we are definitely playing finals. So.
Well, remember, we need, as someone commented, we need 500 goals to.
Jake Gresham will help that too.
To get to a healthy position, you think?
Yes, okay. Stringer's on a contract renewal this year, or in 24, so he'll be playing his best football again.
I'm not saying 500 yet, but anyway.
And Jaden Davey, who we've said is having a breakout season.
Okay.
Gee, this is really quite shocking.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the leading goal kicker. You've gone Langford, I've gone Wright.
Yes, okay, so who will be the premier?
Well, I'm going to say it won't be us. I'm sorry, guys. We'll have to wait another year. But we're rising the charts with a bullet.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to say Brisbane. They'll be very motivated to come back after their, 4-point loss to that cheating Collingwood football team.
Yes, right.
So I'm going to say the Lions over GWS in the grand final.
Oh, is that right?
How about you?
Port Adelaide.
That was a bit of a drop in the momentum.
It really was, yeah. Energy levels were low enough, but okay.
Port Adelaide.
There you go, yeah. There you go.
Oh, I think they're the Port Adelaide. They're kind of like the bridesmaid, never the bride. You think? Yeah. They're never catching the bouquet because they've teased. They did this back in the 2000s.
Well, I just didn't want to go Brisbane because you did, and you beat me to it.
Oh, you can have the same.
The fact is, they were kind of, they're a little unlucky there towards the end. Sorry, Pies fans, but they were a little unlucky in the grand final.
Yeah, of course. I think they were the better team. Collingwood shouldn't have even made the grand final. They were handed it by our good friends in the umpiring community.
Yes. Okay.
And that brings us to the other end of the spectrum.
The wooden spoon.
The wooden spoon.
Yeah.
Do you know why it's called the wooden spoon?
No.
Neither do I.
Okay.
Wonder if anyone does know why it's called the wooden spoon.
Right.
Because if you're thinking about an insulting prize for coming last, I mean, I wouldn't mind a nice new wooden spoon for the kitchen.
Yeah.
I could think of something worse like a bucket of shit.
Yeah.
I suppose you couldn't say that.
Yeah, fecal matter.
Yeah. The winner of this year's bucket of shit. Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Someone will definitely know. Okay.
We've got to say someone.
Yes. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm going to say West Coast, but I'm not convinced.
I am
convinced.
I am.
You are
totally convinced.
Really?
Yep.
Nah.
West Coast for the wooden spoon.
I don't know. Okay. All right. Biggest climber.
You still haven't given your wooden spoon vote.
Yeah, I said West Coast.
Oh, so you are saying West Coast.
I am saying
okay, we're in agreement.
But you said I wasn't convinced.
Right, biggest climber up the ladder.
Okay. Oh God. Okay. Well, who?
Shall I go? Just to make it harder for you.
Yes, please.
All right. Well, I'm going to go Gold Coast. I think Gold Coast are starting to wind up. They showed some decent form last year and, probably a little inconsistent. They've got the master coach there now in Dimmer and a truckload of up-and-coming stars plus some great draft picks. They're in a good position to really do something for the first time in a long time. Well, really the first time since their inception as a football club up there on the coast.
They do have a good...
I'm sure, anyone living in the Gold... Is it in or on the Gold Coast? On the Gold Coast.
Yes.
We don't say living on Melbourne, do you? You say living in Melbourne.
Yes, well, Gold Coast is a region. Melbourne's
so it's
not
a city. I think we might want to check that one.
All right, okay.
But anyone who lives in the area of the Gold Coast, they will be just wetting themselves with excitement as their local heroes, their football team they love so much, all 15 of them.
Yeah, I think you're right. They did pretty well at the trade table, didn't they? So
they did.
You would think. And they've got Dimmer as well as coach. Yeah, I can see what you're doing there. Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
It's not bad. It's pretty clear for everyone, I think.
Right.
And your pick?
All right, yes.
Same?
Yes, Gold Coast as well.
All right.
Yes, okay.
And then the final of our top 10 predictions.
Right.
The big slider.
The biggest slider.
Who's going to nosedive down the ladder like a drunken idiot throwing themselves into a mosh pit?
Okay.
Does that paint a picture?
Very good. Yeah, a lovely picture. I think it'll be Melbourne. Big slide.
I tell you what. I think you might be onto something.
Really?
Yep, I do. I think they're a bunch of druggies. And I think, didn't Clayton Olivan just check himself into hospital the other day? I mean, they're a mess. No. Let's be honest. They're punching each other up down at Entrecôte. They're not happy about life in general.
Right.
They've missed their window. They had that one great win and they've been nothing since. So I think you're right. I think Melbourne, I will go with that as well. If you don't mind me jumping on board.
Yes, okay. No, sure. Well, I did your last one. So,
yes.
Okay.
So there you have it. Should we wrap up again, go back through what we said? Or
shall we recap?
We might have to watch the video back.
But it is Christmas, so should we close with a sort of a Christmassy segment?
What, you don't think this is Christmassy enough?
Well, I don't know. We didn't last long with the hats.
No. That could have got a size bigger.
Not quite. That's all they had at the $2 shop.
It fits me physically, but it struggles with my ego.
What nothing will ever fit into that.
So to wrap up, to make this, to bring a close to what's been a pretty amazing meteoric rise up the YouTube content creator chart.
I don't know about that, but we certainly owe that to our viewers and appreciate everyone that has not only tolerated us but encouraged us.
We're not forcing them to watch. I don't know why you're giving them so much credit. There's no pressure. They don't have to watch.
Right.
There's other channels.
So you're not grateful at all?
It's up to them. If they enjoy it, watch it. If they don't have to watch it. I mean, am I right or wrong?
Thanks, everyone.
No, I'm only kidding.
All right,
of course we're grateful. We've made all of $80 out of this year.
Let's go. Let's do our naughty or nice.
Okay, what does that mean?
Who's been naughty or nice?
What does that mean?
Well, no, you've never heard that term used at Christmas time, Santa wanting to know who's been naughty or nice.
So if you've been naughty,
yes,
Santa comes and visits you, slips into your bedroom.
No. Well, he gives you a wide berth. If you've been nice, then you get he comes down the chimney, all that.
Eats the carrot.
Exactly.
Drinks the flying horse that he has.
Yep, all that. Okay,
moving straight on.
Here we go. All right.
So you've got on your screen here a list of have they been naughty or not. I'm going to ask you and I want you to give me a response. I think that's how we agreed we would do this beforehand.
Well, I thought I'd just
in the writers' room.
I thought we'd change it at the last second.
Okay, so I'm going to give you these.
Right,
these.
Go.
Your mouse pad is absolutely falling apart.
Let me just.
So, all right. Naughty or nice?
Okay.
The umpiring community, will they be seeing Santa or not?
I would say, based on some very controversial decisions that decided games, definitely naughty.
They're not going to see Santa.
No Santa.
Nothing. No new whistle.
No Santa sack.
No incredibly daggy running socks.
There will be
their shorts. Nothing new. No
tumbleweed down their chimney.
No new optical glasses for helping them to see.
No, nothing.
Well, I think you're right, because they had a shocker. Let's be honest. Their 2023 was about as appalling a season for the umpiring community as I can recall. They completely ruined the finals insofar as the Collingwood Football Club basically got handed a premiership.
Advantage.
And, what was that game where, was it Port Adelaide that got beaten by Sydney, or Sydney got beaten by Port Adelaide, and the Arc got it wrong?
Yes, that's right.
So, which brings us on to our next one.
The Arc.
Have they been naughty, or I guess from our lead-in?
Goal review.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Arc? Naughty or nice? Deserves a visit or not?
Why is it called the Arc, for a start?
Because,
I'd like to know. What does it mean? Is it the assisted review channel? What the hell does it mean?
I think it's just it's where you take all the information.
Automatically ridiculous conclusion.
Not bad. You just come up with that.
I've got a few more ticking over as well.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Keep going, keep talking.
So we had a few controversial decisions, and it's supposed to bring clarity and transparency to the process. So we don't rely on the poor old goal umpire.
Why do they have him? Why can't they get a robot to do the flag waving?
Because it's for
why wave flags?
It's for the theatre.
Well, why do that when you're going to wave the flag?
Because it's all just part of
You've
the show.
got too many
now.
people. It's like a committee down there.
Right.
You've got the umpire going all clear with the two hands to indicate he thinks it's a goal.
All right. Yes.
Or it's one hand if he thinks it's a point. Then you've got the goal umpire.
Well, he still has a say, because it's if it's inconclusive in the Arc, as it often is.
Yes.
It's then based on the goal umpire's decision.
His initial call.
Yes. If you don't have the initial call, then it's just the guys in the Arc just moving that thing and trying to just see whether the finger.
No one is taking responsibility.
Right. Okay.
So the Arc, no Santa for you guys.
Naughty.
Sorry.
Arc. Very naughty Arc. All right. He'll be a controversial one. Collingwood Football Club.
Were they heroes or zeros? Did they earn that premiership? I mean, a lot of people will say they did. They have apparently trained intensively for 2 seasons now under Craig McRae.
They have.
Those last 2 minutes of a close game. There is no side better equipped to manage the final couple of minutes of a very close game. And they proved that. But I do have to say they should not have played in the grand final.
Really?
They should not have played in the grand final.
Yeah.
There was some appalling decision making that got them there, and in the end they were lucky to win the grand final. I don't know whether I can say they've been naughty or nice.
Lucky, is it opportunity and preparedness equals luck? Is that the two things that come together?
I'm going to say they've been naughty.
Oh, really?
Yep, I'm sorry. They don't deserve a Santa trip. They've already got $75 million of merchandising sales going on down there.
Okay, so you're just going to be begrudging opposition support.
You got it. This is not working, this segment.
Yes. Okay.
McLachlan.
They really do.
Gillon
McLachlan.
Say that
like it's a surpess.
Yeah, true.
Like it's just
it sounded good on computer, but it just hasn't got a vibe.
Okay, no.
Gillon
McLachlan.
Gillon, isn't it funny how then you've got Dylan following him? Gillon and Dylan. Is that the prerequisite, is it?
Yes, there has to be some sort of rhyming. So, what do you think? What do you think? Has he been naughty or nice? I don't even need to think about it.
What's your answer?
Naughty.
Gee, funnily enough, I'm going to go the opposite.
Really?
Yeah. Have you got a reason why he's naughty?
Well, only just in terms of the Essendon Football Club and being screwed over.
Oh, okay. Well, that goes back a long way. I mean, it's been a few Christmases since then. I'm going to say...
No, and there's a few other things, but I won't get into it.
I'm going to say nice. I mean, I think, he has been a highly effective administrator for the football competition in this country.
Right.
And it's probably in a pretty healthy state given that it went through all of the COVID issues. And it came out of that in good shape. So I think Gillon McLachlan deserves some credit for that. No, he hasn't been perfect in the job. I think there's problems with fixturing. There's problems with the way the draft works. There's lots of compromise in the way this competition's structured. Largely to suit, the television broadcasters. But
So you just chose nice because really all the others were naughty and you wanted a balance.
That's pretty much it.
Okay, no, I can see that.
He gets a visit from Santa. Santa will nestle in beside him on Christmas Eve or in the Christmas morning. Have a little chew on his carrot.
Right. Hey, sip of his milk.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you very much for watching. We'd like to wish everyone a very happy Christmas or however you celebrate it. And a happy new year. Don't know if we're going to be able to pump out any more, and I don't know if we want to.
I
think today really highlighted how little material.
But the prop
there
department's been going absolutely hammer and tongs, and
well, when you don't have content, hey, smoke and mirrors.
I don't know. Look, I think people are probably ready to just put us away for a little while. Pop us on the shelf.
Yes.
Come back when you got something to talk about. And
that's right.
We will be back. We will be back to herald in the pre-season, and looking forward to that. We've already got the fixtures. We'll be playing St Kilda down at RSEA Park, and then off to the Cattery for another pre-season match.
Do you know we've got 2 Friday night games in the first 6 rounds?
And we've got 4 interstate trips in the first 8. So it's going to be a tough start to the year for us.
Right. Yeah, but
I'm going to look forward to
Friday night love.
Yeah, well, you'd love that. You don't have to go out. You can lie on the sofa.
Yes.
Get the Uber in.
Love it.
Brilliant. So everybody, safe and sound and happy Christmas to you all.
Yes.
Have a fantastic new year. It's been a real ride for us this year. We've loved every minute of it. And we've also enjoyed meeting all you guys that are commenting in our comment section and participate in the fun. And that's all it is. It's just fun. We're not trying to be too serious about anything here, in case you didn't notice.
No, that's right. So we thank you, everyone, and all the positive comments, and even the negative ones too.
I wonder if Simon Carter, talking of negative,
yes,
Simon Carter, he comments often. He's very malicious comments, very mean.
Calling us old fossils.
Yes, we're fossils.
Yeah.
Fossils,
that's
apparently.
okay. That's all right.
But we own our own home, Simon. How are you going, son? Yeah? Enjoy a lifetime of renting.
He's probably running marathon. You don't know that.
I'm pretty sure he's not. If he's in his mother's basement commenting on our videos, he's running nothing. He's just running up and down to get the custard out of the fridge.
We're not ending in the Christmas spirit.
No, it's all right. He ain't earned it. He's naughty. He's not getting any visits from Santa.
It doesn't matter.
Simon, we love you. Keep commenting. If you stuck through this far.
Simon, was it a Craig?
Craig?
Yeah,
Craig?
I don't know.
Craig Slater.
Craig
Slater.
It doesn't matter.
He knows who he is.
It's probably not even his real name. Why are you getting all wound up about it?
I'm not wound up.
Okay.
Fuck you. All right. Good.
And in that spirit
I'm not a religious man.
Forgiveness and forbearance.
Joseph, I'm not doing midnight mass at any time in a hurry.
No,
I know you're very keen to get down there to the Virgin Mary and say your Hail Marys and wish her the best.
I will say one prayer for our great football club. I will.
Well, most welcome.
Okay.
Can we wrap up?
Yes, I'll light a little candle too. All right.
Brilliant stuff.
Thank you very much. We really do appreciate it.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
See you in 2024.
Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye now.
See ya. All right. A ding ding ding, a ding ding ding, a ding 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 ding, a ding ding ding. All right.
Oh God! Thank God that's finished.